G'day. So like a lot of people, I was supposed to be getting on my bike this morning. I was going to leave early and I thought, oh, by 10 o'clock I'll be leaving. It's now 10:58, so I'm an hour late. You know why? Well, I could have left earlier, but the last 120 seconds plus, I've been scrolling my phone, looking at bloody TikTok. You know, there is a reward in just watching, getting bored with things, but the day is so nice up there. There's a sun up there behind me, and it's probably time to get this bike on the go and get going somewhere. But if you want to know where, jump aboard with me and we'll go and check out where we're going to check out. I kind of know where I'm going this time, at least. I haven't made a solid plan. It's loose and ready to go, so let's do it.
It is so damn good to be back on this motorcycle, the Moto Guzzi Griso V1100. It's a great motorcycle and it's treated me so very well for so very long, and it's a pleasure to continue riding it even with its quirks and things that don't quite go so right. But anyway, we're heading to the west coast today. I've made that plan, it's solid, that is exactly where I'm going. A little bit different than when I went out to Murchison and was trying to still decide where I was going to end up going to. Karamea or Tasman. I ended up going to Tasman. This time, we're just going to go with the one way and get there. So come along with us, we'll see what happens. My ultimate intention would be to make it all the way to Karamea, visit and tour around the place, travel down the west coast, and end up at Jackson Bay. But I think I might be biting off a little more than I can chew. But how about you come along with me and let's see if that is what I do or whether that is just way too much. Heading towards the coast, and it's a little bit breezy heading towards the mountains, so I'd like to tuck my head down, get in behind the windscreen a little bit. I've decided to stop at Culver and stop off at the bakery and grab a bite to eat, but rather than eating it here, I'm going to take it with me. I've loaded it into my bag and we're going to head up the track a wee bit further. I'll just top up some gas first and then we'll head inland a wee bit and we'll try and find this place to stop and pull up and have a wee natter, eh?
We brought some food at Culverton at that bakery. So we brought a ham, something club sandwich, and a citrus slice, and the old classic tends to be been a bit breezy, a bit windy, but that's alright. I wanted to find a place, I wanted to go right down by the river, but the trouble is, the river, it's really windy, and I didn't want my food to get blown away, but that looks pretty good. Cheese, bacon maybe, some salad, ham, yum. The old blackberry bushes. As a kid, used to go through the forestry blocks and pick the blackberries from wherever they were growing. Trouble is now these days, you don't know if they've been sprayed or a bit like drinking water out of rivers. Once upon a time you threw your face in there, as I've said once before, and you just drink it. But now you don't know what's been upstream, and yeah, you can't trust as much, which is a shame.
Earlier I'd seen a few road signs as I was coming through stating there's a few roadworks and stuff that we're going to get pulled up and have to wait and might cause some delays, and they went wrong. Yes, that's some consistency right there. The west coast, or the pass, Lewis Pass, is awesome. I often have wanted to stop over the top of the pass, and it's interesting, there's no lookout point to look up and down into the gully or out into the mountain ranges surrounding. It would be really cool. I must make a point one day to actually make a stop along the top. Often what happens is you get past somebody and you think, I'm going to stop, but then you've just passed somebody, so if I stop, that's just being a dick. So you just keep on going, and that's what happens. I'm really thinking I'm going to get a bit wet. There's a few clouds in the sky, and I've got my wet weather gear on the back. Heading through from Springs Junction, there are quite a few cyclists on the road, and it appears like there must be a cycle track or something like that heading through to Reefton. Beautiful ride to cycle, let alone motorcycle. Motorcycle's magic. Cycling would be quite cool too, I guess. It's just gone 3 o'clock PM. I wouldn't say we're running behind. The roadwork slowed me down a wee bit. I've always wanted to come down to this bridge and take a look. It's the Anaher swing bridge. I don't know much about the history of the bridge, but no doubt it was built one day. And we'll go for a wander across and see what we can see. No more than 5 people on this bridge. Doesn't say don't jump, so there's always an option there. And the bridge swings, so that's living up to expectations. The Anaher River. I don't know if I've ever been here myself as a child, and if I have, my brain probably wasn't developed enough to remember. It is a bit wobbly. There's nothing to say don't jump off here, and that looks deep enough that you wouldn't really get hurt. There's nothing stopping you from camping down there either. I see someone's had a fire. Some pretty solid rock formations across there. I don't know where the bridge goes or track. Oh yeah, so this track could take you up to Big River if the track was still open. Progress water race. Oh well, I'm not going to no water race, but I've got to say, worthwhile coming up here and having a bit of a nosy. Mighty Griso just through there. Let's go back, get back on the road, head through to Reefton. We're not very far off Reefton now. Bike so far is going good. I'm really happy with everything so far. It's been not a bad day. The sun's shining again now, which is handy. It did get cold up over the Lewis Pass, so down to 14 degrees. I put another layer of jersey on and now I'm feeling warm, but better to be warm than cold. You know you've truly reached the west coast when you enter Reefton, historical town, gold mining, coal mining. It's the epitome of the coast. Well, I thought I'd take a moment to come and visit the burial site for my grandfather, Henry Wood, and my grandmother, Margaret Wood. They'd lived in Reefton. Didn't really know Pop Henry well. I have some vague memories. My Nana Wood, I knew very well, very fond of the cups of tea with condensed milk and sitting at the table enjoying one of those with her. Continuing beyond Reefton, you reach the Buller Gorge. This is the lower Buller Gorge, which follows the almighty Buller River, one of the biggest rivers in the South Island. Massive tributary of water that makes its way out to Westport and the river mouth there. Hawkes Creek, an iconic spot as well, which can really define how much water is in the river when there have been times over the years where the water has come right up to the road and even over the road, and I've seen video of jet boat even on the road, which is pretty insane. But the West Coast Buller Road is one of the best roads to ride. A road that too you must respect. It's not the perfect road, it's not a racetrack, but it is certainly scenic, windy, and it's just a beauty and a pleasure and a privilege to be able to travel it. Reaching Westport, I now have to decide if I'm going to buy some food here or if I'm going to buy it at Karamea. I need to find out when I stop what time the supermarket closes in Karamea and if I need to purchase stuff in Westport before I head north. The weather does look a little bit threatening up in the mountains, so I am thinking I might have to get the wet weather gear out, but we will see how things go. So heading out of Westport and looking at the ominous cloud up in the hills. I have purchased some food at the supermarket in Westport, and it looks like I'm going to arrive into Karamea around about 6:30. Karamea supermarket Foursquare closes at 6, so even if things go really well and I make up some time, I'm better off to buy it now than or have nothing. So up this West Coast road, heading north to the top of the west coast as far as I can ride is where I'm aiming to be for a night's sleep tonight. The almighty Wanganui River, which is the gateway to the Karamea Hill. So we're about to head up over the hill to Karamea. The road is kind of windy. I've been told that there's a bit of road work, but we'll see if we can see some lookout point. We might stop on the side and have a bit of a look-see. If not, we'll just blast on through and get to the other side. So yeah, let's go and let's do it, I think. Let's go do it with my button. Karamea Hill is a road that I love. Tight, twisty, quick turns, and it's just magic. It's an awesome road, and a special road too because it heads up to the top end of the west coast, another very special place of the west coast. There's quite a lot to see, potentially a lot to do if that's the way you're inclined with nature and so on. There's nature walks and great walks of New Zealand that are quite iconic, but this road is part of those iconic moments, and I love it because a road like this is one that you can really get into, and it can really set your mind straight if your mind is a little bit skew with and stuff, because you have nothing else but to focus on but getting from one corner to the next and the fun that there is in between and beyond and around every bend. It's just spectacular, beautiful, unbelievably awesome. You have to be cautious though of, as I've said, just the unexpected that might come around the corner, but that makes it part of the fun as well, and the challenge. As far as West Coast destinations go, Little Wanganui has to be on the list, I reckon. The wee hotel here is an excellent place, great atmosphere, great accommodations, and the amenities that you need to spend a night or two away. If you check out a video, I'll link it and it's down the bottom somewhere, or you'll find it somewhere along the line. We had an excellent time as a group ride out to Little Wanganui. What's this road to the left? Might as well take a wee trek out and see a beach before we get to the camping site. We're pretty much ahead of time in our way, so let's go. Okay, so oops. Damn. Well, thankfully, it wasn't too heavy. Taking a couple of bags off there really made a bit of a difference and sort of took away a bit of the weight. In the sand, not so bad either. Just one of those things that happen. Sometimes you make a decision to go a certain way and then doesn't quite go to the plan that you thought. Go in, go out. But hey, let's just make the bike into a judder bar and lay it down for a little bit.
Well, that was a bit awkward. Just got the front end tucked under and got caught up. Oh well, as soon as we've come this far, we've dropped the bike, we might as well make an effort to walk over the bank. That's pretty cool.
Time to continue, get on the track and get out to this camp, set the tent up, have a drink, enjoy the scenery, cook up some food and all of that kind of stuff. I'm really looking forward to it. The weather's actually been really good so far and I haven't had to get the wet weather gear off the back. Excellent. This is what it's all about.